Good morning all of you. Today we are going to discuss about footing and its type. As we know, footing is one of the most important component of any structure. The structure consists of various structural components such as beam, column, slab which act together to resist the applied loads and transfer them safely to soil. So first the load will applied over the slab. Then from slab it is transferred to beam. From beam it is transferred to column. From column it is transferred to footing, and finally footing will transfer the load to the soil. So the way in which footing transfer the load to the soil is to ensure that the soil will not fail. Generally the soil will fail due to two reasons. First one is due to it may fail due to shear, and second one is it may fail due to excessive settlement. So these two parameters must be taken care of while transferring the load from footing to soil. The geotechnical engineer will give us the value of allowable bearing pressure of soil, which indicates that if this much of pressure or less than this much of pressure is applied on over your soil, then your soil will not fail due to shear or excessive deflection. Then next come to types of foundation. So based on the position of footing with respect to the ground level, the foundation may be classified into two types. First one is shallow foundation, second one is deep foundation. See, suppose this is the column and this one is the footing, and this is the position of ground level. So here df is the depth of foundation, df is the depth of foundation, and b is the width of foundation. So the ratio of df by b, when the ratio of df by b will be less than or equal to 1, then it will be termed as shallow foundation, and if it is greater than 1, then it is considered as deep foundation. In our course we are having only shallow foundation. Then let us come to types of shallow foundation. So in this, first discuss about isolated footing. This is the, suppose this is the column and this is the footing. This is the sectional view and this is the plan showing the footing and the column. So this type of footing is suitable when your safe bearing capacity, that is SBC, of the soil is high and columns are placed far apart, and this isolated footing may be of rectangular shape, square shape or circular shape. Then next come to combined footing. In combined footing we are providing a single footing for two columns. So this type of footing is generally adopted when SBC, that is safe bearing capacity of the soil, is less and the columns are closely spaced, because if in this case we provide isolated footing for these two columns, then that may overlap. So it will be suitable if we will provide a single footing for these two columns. Then come to strap footing. So in strap footing, generally columns are placed at the center of the footing, but in some cases where the columns are located along building's property line, then suppose this is the property line, then in that case what will happen, it is not possible to place the column at the center of the footing. In that condition, eccentric load will develop on the footing, causing it to tilt to one side. So strap beams are provided. This beam is known as strap beam. So strap beams are provided to connect this eccentrically loaded footing to the footing nearby in order to prevent the tendency of overturning. Next come to strip footing. So strip footing is a continuous footing. This is the, suppose this is the wall. So strip footing is a continuous footing which is provided below the wall. This is the wall and this is the footing. This type of footing is known as strip footing. Then next type of footing is mat or raft footing. So mat or raft footing. In this case, a single footing is provided to support all the columns of the entire structure, and this type of footing is generally adopted in order to reduce the differential settlement. So here these are the columns and a single footing is provided for all the columns present in the structure. This type of footing is known as mat or raft footing. Okay, so this is all about the different types of footing. In the next class we will discuss about the design of isolated footing. Thank you.